the way the Rangers have played the last two games, other than thorough. Absolutely thorough. When they need to be physical, they've been physical. When they need to be skilled, they need to be skilled. When they need to be defensive-minded, they've been defensive-minded. When they need good goaltending, they've gotten good goaltending. Every aspect of the team, with a couple of miscues by, say, JT Miller taking a penalty on the power play and Chris Kreider taking a penalty on the power play in Game 3. Everything else has been really coming up roses. And the fact of the matter is these are two of the best games that they have played all season long. They've come back-to-back, and they've come at the most important time. And as Henrik Lundqvist said after the game last night, well, all we did was tie the series.
Right, tied it 2 now.
We haven't done anything other than tie the series.
Best of 3.
And it is the best of 3, and that's still home ice advantage in the favor of the Senators, because if you do not win, Game 5 now all of a sudden you're putting the pressure right back on yourself to come home and win Game 6 and then go back there to play Game 7. But as I always say, it's one shift, it's one period, it's one game. It's what, and even Mark Messier said the same thing the other day. It's really all about when you're on the ice making the right decisions. And a couple times last night, they might have made a bad decision. They might have been caught up in the 1-3-1 trap. But at the end of the day, once they got the puck over the top of the Ottawa Senators into their zone, their forecheck killed them. And you know what? 2 guys last night really, I think, kind of got people off of their backs. One was Nick Holden. For some reason, fans want to kill somebody. Everybody's got to have a whipping boy.
See, that's why we do gas face and goat horns
on
Mondays after football games.
There are 1,000.
We like to blame people.
Yeah, but there are 1,000 decisions that are made in every hockey game, and sometimes the decisions that you make may be the decision that everybody sees. And unfortunately, in that overtime game, Nick tried to, pinch, and unfortunately the puck got out and it ended up in the back of the Rangers net, and they ended up losing. So right there is the whipping boy. When he's been really a solid player, I'm not going to sit here and tell you he's been a great A-plus player. He's just been a really solid player, and it was another one of these good pickups by Jeff Gorton, the general manager in the offseason. And the other one is your boy Marc Roberge's really good friend. And that happens to be Tanner Glass. Tanner Glass on social media the last 2 years, for some reason, Ranger fans like all over him. Well, he's a fourth-line player.
Well, because his name's Tanner.
No. It's not. He's a fourth-line player. He's rambunctious. He hits people. He fights people. He's chirping on the ice. He has a role to play within the body of the team, and he plays that role to perfection. And the thing that you would appreciate more than anything, and you don't know this, and I'm going to tell you this, he spent 3/4 of the year in the minors, for God's sake.
There you go.
And basically came back without fanfare, came back without complaint, and all he has done is do what he does as a player.
You're a real pain in the ass.
And that's basically agitate the crap out of the other team. And fortunately enough for him, and the other guy I would say that deserves credit here these last 2 games is the coach, Alain Vigneault.
Well, you tied it 2.
And the reason being is because he has changed some of the lines up. He's taken Pavel Buchnevich out of the lineup, who everybody seems to love, because he's a Russian and he's a sniper and he's great and he's skilled, but he doesn't play defense. He doesn't hit anybody. So that's why you take him out of the lineup. You put Tanner Glass in the lineup. You mix the lines up a little bit, and all of a sudden they're playing their best hockey of the year at the right time. So it's all good. I wake up this morning. I'm happy.